See if it goes on. What's going on, guys? Friday. Said I had to put a video up, so here it goes. I wanted to make some excuses today and say, hey, you know what? Nobody's going to really know. I can just change the whole keep me accountable on a Friday thing and it would work out, but can't mail it in. There's a couple of reasons that I think it matters. And you'll hear some people say, and I've heard some successful people say, don't worry about the results so much. Just worry about the process that you're going through. Jim Rohn, one of the guys that really changed my life, man, a few years back when COVID was going on. And he said, learn to work harder on yourself than you ever do your job. And I took that to heart. So I'm always studying something, trying to get better at something. And it takes time, right? You got a lot of years that need to get put into something before you get really good at it, or just multiply the hours that you can do something. And I've watched that happen. Oftentimes when you want to hold yourself accountable, one of the best ways to do it is to tell other people about it. You guys are going to know about it, because if I'm not doing it, you'll see it. Whereas an easy way is just to not tell anybody, kind of keep it to yourself. And I don't mean bragging about your plans. Hey, I'm going to go out here, I'm going to make this happen, I'm going to make this happen. That stuff, keep to yourself, just work hard. But if you have a goal you're going to hit and you tell people that are close to you about it, it's an accountability thing, because now they know and you know, instead of just keeping it to yourself. And that's a motivator. It'll push you a little bit. I can't exactly pinpoint discipline and where it came from for me in this latest phase. I was just gaining weight again, not doing the gym stuff like I was supposed to. Just months and months went by. I put on all this weight that I lost because I couldn't discipline myself to get to the gym, which is 2 miles away. I bought a bike even, but the morning was too cold. I'm not a bike guy. I ride a bike, but I'm not a bike rider. And the morning was too cold. I'll just hang out. What's 2 or 3 weeks, which turned into like almost 6 months. And as you get older, man, you don't throw off the weight as quickly as you used to. If you consistently think about something, it'll start to happen in your life because you're going to start to make steps towards it. Now, this is not a universal rule. This is going to be what's going to happen if you do this. I'm not saying that, but more often than not, I've seen this go on. I'll tell you guys a quick story about this guy that I know at the gym. I've seen him there for the last couple of years. Decent fellow. And he's going through something. I want to encourage him a little bit. So I tell him to pray, keep your mind positive. It's good that you're coming in here, getting your sweat right. The least you can do. I tell him, I know people that go through the same thing, but they have this pouty and just terrible attitude, and that just perpetuates it. Now people don't even want to be around you to give you any kind of opportunities because you're just not fun to be around. So at least he was doing that. But I gave him a book with like quotes and stuff like that. So I like quotes. Quotes they're short, they're quick, and they hit you, and you're like, all right, good, let me think about that. But I gave him the book, and when I see him, and it's small, it's 60 pages maybe, and it's a little book, so those 60 pages aren't even real pages. In the big letters, it's just a book of quotes. You'd think he'd get through that, but he's not. I asked him to give me some daily wisdom, and he got one yesterday, the day before. Today I asked him, he's like, he hasn't read it. I said, just read it. Anyway, back to our point. Where's his discipline coming from? But this was the advice I gave him, and it's worked with me. And I don't know if God decides here, you're going to have a little bit of this for this point in time. But I said, keep thinking about something. Like for me, I wasn't doing it. I was failing repeatedly, eating the correct food. 7-Eleven has this 2 slices of pizza and a Coke deal for $5 when I was out there door dashing. Fantastic deal. I was like, okay, just eat this. And of course I eat more later. It was getting a little bit better, but several months go by. And I keep thinking about it though. And I think what happened was eventually I got tired of just thinking about it and said, hey, you got to do something about it. And so because it was in my brain for so long, certain things started clicking. Now, I hate cooking. Like, you guys don't understand when I say that I hate cooking, like I hate cooking. It's a necessary evil, I suppose. But you got to... Anyway, so I cook now. But I only cook once a week. On Sunday nights, Because Sunday is my eat out day. So after church or whatever, we got a little bit of money that's in the budget. I have a certain amount that I can spend, and I go eat whatever. Go get Indian food. The other 6 days, because I only eat once a day for lunch, and then at night I have like my yogurt and fruits and all that kind of stuff. But where did it come from? All of a sudden, I can do this. Stuff that I was trying to avoid like so much. Like I would just go to Panda Express once a day instead of just making my own food. But I found an easy way to do it. But I think it came because I just kept thinking about it. And it might take a month, it might take a couple years, but you keep thinking about it, and eventually your brain will say, all right, let's start to make it happen. Again, not a universal rule, but if something's on your mind that much, which is what a lot of the folks say, that when you can think about something, you start to try to become that. The brain is a powerful tool that we've been given, and it can make things go on like that. Like, okay, in your body, if you can discipline yourself, there's tons of stuff you can go do out there. So little by little, I think it starts to wear down the negative part that's not wanting to do it. And you say, all right, I'd rather just do it than deal with that side of it, the stress of just not getting it done. Now you enjoy going to the gym. Now you enjoy making a little bit of food. Maybe enjoy is too tough of a word, but you don't mind it. And you find ways to go about it. And then you focus on the results of it. I do feel a lot better. I do have more money in the account. I am losing weight. Now, I don't have a lot of scientific stuff to go with that. I don't know what to say. Discipline. James Clear, can't see it, so on my other bookshelf, his Atomic Habits book is fantastic if you guys haven't read it. But that's another one, and he breaks down the 4 phases of building habits. And I'm not going to spoil them for you. You can check them out. I might do a video on it. Keep thinking about stuff. That is the key. Think and think and think and watch the things that your mind can come up with. Again, this is all aspects of life. Whether it's your finances and budgeting, like we talk about here, whether it's your health and fitness and goals, whether it's your relationships, those are all the main areas there, right? Or if you want, I should be going to church more, I should be reading more, I should be doing this more. Just keep thinking about it. It might take a while and you're not doing it, and that's okay, because everyone has their own path. But I believe eventually your brain will start to kick in. You have the most powerful tool on earth is here. And because it's free though, we don't use it. So I hope that's a little bit of encouragement for you. All of you guys that are here right now, I hope you stick around and we can watch this channel in the next couple of years, because that's another thing, discipline. And if you're like me, we hate sucking at things. We got to get better. So for now it sucks, and that's cool.